Meet the Lot, native token of Lukki Exchange and the most potential tool for investing this year. Trade now on P2B, B2B and Lukki.io.
Thank you so much to Iman Poulos and the Malta Blockchain Summit for having me. My name is Hartej Sawhney. I'm the co-founder and president of Hosho.io. We are a cybersecurity blockchain company based in Las Vegas. We've been sitting on the intersection of blockchain and cybersecurity for about 14 months now. We've grown the team to about 30 people in Las Vegas, and we've been pretty focused on smart contract auditing and penetration testing and now chain analysis of all the top 7 protocols. And so our perspective on this industry has been relatively unique as we're ripping through smart contracts being written. Most of them have been for ICOs in the last 12 months, mostly on the Ethereum blockchain, ERC20 tokens, where people are trying to take advantage of the financial, this new hype and this new ability to take advantage of the fundraising mechanism that is an ICO, the initial crypto offering. And a lot of people have been asking me at this summit, is it over? Is the bubble over? The truth is I don't think initial crypto offerings as a fundraising mechanism are about to disappear. And I really think that we're about to receive an increasing amount of clarity on regulation on the topic. In 2018 alone, $21.9 billion was raised via an ICO. And that's about 927 ICOs. And I mean, looking at this room alone and this conference, I heard there's 7,500 people. And when I landed in Malta, I kind of was like, what crypto? What crypto winter? I don't know what crypto winter people are talking about. This is pretty insane turnout, and it seems like people are pretty excited. But at the same time, with $21.9 billion raised in the ICO market, about 10% of all of the money in the entire space has been either lost or stolen. And as a believer in Bitcoin and an old school Bitcoiner, I want this community to survive for an array of reasons. And I think it's extremely important to start talking about cybersecurity, and it's important. I don't think I have a presentation, but I'm going to wing this then. I'm clicking right and nothing is happening. So we're just going to wing it. So yeah, I think it's really important to talk about cybersecurity. And when it comes to cybersecurity, one thing that we're finding is people are not valuing security at their own companies in-house. It's probably the most important thing that I can talk to people about, is that people are rushing to launch an ICO, they're rushing to raise money and to get that money in-house. Most of the time at these types of conferences, when I meet people and I say, hey, so tell me a little bit about your project, they say, my name is Matt, and we raised about $2 million in 40 minutes yesterday. I said, but what about your project? What do you have built? And he's like, I just told you, we raised $2 million already. And that has nothing to do with what you actually do. And in addition to that, even sophisticated companies, when you ask them, who at your company is in charge of security? So when I want to talk about your in-house security practices, who's in charge? And they usually point the finger to the CTO. And that's a massive problem. If anyone in this room is currently pointing their finger, in their mind at least, to their CTO to be in charge of security, something's colossally wrong. And you need somebody in-house to be a CISO, or at the bare minimum, you need to engage with someone for $5,000 to $10,000 a month as a consultant to come in-house and to analyze your in-house security practices. One of the most common ways Bitcoin exchanges get hacked is through the most simple phishing scam. And so I'll give you a story of a Bitcoin exchange that was hacked. About $17 million was stolen within 24 hours, all because of a human flaw. Because in cybersecurity, chances are it's not your firewall that is being penetrated. When someone tries to penetrate a firewall, they're just going to get a response that they couldn't penetrate it. It's usually human weakness. So all of the employees at this Bitcoin exchange began being stalked. And on that matter, I will tell everyone in this space that if you are an active player in this space, if you're an employee at a blockchain-related company, you are a target to hackers. And all of the employees of this Bitcoin exchange began being stalked by this hacker on social media, and they found that one of the employees is obsessed with dog walking competitions. And the hacker made a website for a dog walking competition, basically emailed this employee that, congratulations, your dog has been selected. Click on this PDF and sign up and register, and you're going to win this dog walking competition. And as soon as she clicked open that PDF, the hacker had access to the employee's keyboard strokes and the entire screen, gained access to all of her passwords and usernames, and within 24 hours, $17.5 million was stolen from the Bitcoin exchange. And these are the types of things that I don't see being talked about a lot. What are your in-house security policies? Do you have a CISO? Have you engaged with a company for instant response? Who are you going to call when a couple $1 million gets stolen? Who are you going to call when someone says, I stole the pictures of you and your wife on your phone and I want 1.5 BTC? Like, what are digital assets worth to you? What are those pictures that are not backed up worth to you? And there's companies like TLDR, for example, that when you lose a couple of $1 million and you call TLDR in the middle of the night and you say, hey, we got hacked. I'm freaking out. I'm getting scary messages on my Telegram. The guy says he knows where I am. Should I be worried about my physical security? That's when people usually wake up and realize that this is not a joke and that my family's physical safety could be at risk. And I've gotten those types of phone calls in the middle of the night. And the sad part is that you can't help them right away, because when someone gets hacked and they call someone like TLDR, what they're sitting on is 5 days of legal paperwork. And meanwhile, they're waiting for someone to come in the trenches with them and help them figure out how to help them. But in reality, they have to sit through legal paperwork and figure out how they can even engage with the TLDR and know who they are. It's time that people take it cybersecurity as a priority before they get kicked in the ass. And this is an industry where I'm excited about more people burning their hands on the stove. And the analogy is basically that when a kid burns his hand on the stove, hopefully the kid is smart enough to never burn it again. But in this industry, I hope people burn their hands faster. Because the faster that people burn their hands, hopefully they'll wake up. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, only other things that I can ramble about are the importance of in-house security. If you're writing a smart contract, get it audited by a professional. If you're a Bitcoin exchange, get your website and entire in-house security process is audited. Get a penetration test. Take advantage of chain analysis. I'm excited to see governments take advantage of chain analysis to monitor criminal and non-criminal activity. Coloring coins and coloring tokens is going to be a really important aspect of countries like of Malta, to be able to color a token and to bake the regulation into it to track it live and track the data live at the decentralized application layer. I'd like to commend Malta as being on the forefront of bringing clarity to regulation, because nothing is more important than simply having clarity on regulation and not being scared that you're going to go to jail. So thank you, Malta. Thank you to the organizers of this conference. Thank you for having us. If you have any questions, you can find me at hosho.io. The word hosho means security in Japanese. And if you have any questions, I'm pretty easy to find. I have a turban and a beard, and I'm 6'1". Find me.